Nobody wants to think about rain on their dream vacation, but we all know that Mother Nature has a mind of her own, and sometimes weather is just going to happen when you're traveling. So today I am testing out 6 different packable rain jackets to see which one is the best for your next trip to take just in case. Let's go. Hey y'all, and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. I'm Christy, the Gen X Gypsy, and on this channel I like to give tips and advice to help make your travel life better. And one of those things that I like to do is to try out different items that you may want to take with you on your next trip to find the best one that's going to work for you. And today we are going to do that with rain jackets. And I apologize, I am still in Puerto Rico, and I have my neighbors, the roosters, that are going to help me out with this video today. I'm taking advantage of the fact that I have an outdoor shower here. So I am going to take these 6 different rain jackets and I am going to test them under the outdoor shower and see how they hold up. Now, some of these jackets I have already been using, and you will see that they look a little bit familiar. And the first 2 weeks we were here in Puerto Rico, it was actually quite rainy. So there were a couple of jackets that I wore around, and Mary wore one around as well to test them out. But today, wow, that rooster really wants to be part of this video today. Today, I am going to test all 6 of the jackets under the same conditions using this outdoor shower. This is not a sponsored video. I've used all my money to buy all of these jackets because I'm just as curious as you to find out what jacket might be the best. This first jacket, which is the bay leaf jacket from Amazon, and I'm going to get under that shower. I do have my bathing suit on under here, so if the water does come through, I'm not going to get soaking wet. Let's see how this goes. Except for accidentally getting water going down in here, which that was my fault, and a little bit going up my sleeve because I didn't have it tightened down quite enough. It does give you the opportunity to do that. This jacket actually is keeping me quite dry. Here, I'm going to unzip it and show you the inside, like where the seams are and everything, so we can look at the construction of the jacket all together. Hey, we're going to clip that to my bathing suit to make this easier. Yeah, I don't normally love to do these videos in my swimsuit. We're going to get back over here in the shade to make this a little bit so I'm not squinting at you so much. So the jacket has like a nice liner here, and the seams you can see, I think you can see in there, are all taped up. So the construction is really nice on this jacket, which is why the water wasn't seeping through. There's no water on the inside, like I said, other than the stuff that came down through my neck because I accidentally reached my neck under the shower. I'll try not to do that on the future ones. It does have inside, you do have a waistband. Whoops. You do have the waist that you can tighten, so you can make that a little bit more snug around your waist. Like you saw, I tightened down the hat so that it was a little more snug around my face and it wasn't like falling over, so I can actually see where I'm going when I want to. The zipper is also all taped up, so there's no seepage coming in through the zipper. And it's got 2 zippered pockets, and the inside of the pockets is not wet at all. So that means that it did not seep through the zipper on the pockets. Overall, I think this is a fantastic jacket. The hood will roll up and tuck into itself here, so you don't have to have the hood out. You can have the hood tucked up under. So if you just wanted to wear this as a jacket, it's an option as well. This is one of the longer jackets that I'm showing today. I feel like this is a dressier version. It's not something, I haven't really tested it out here in Puerto Rico because it felt a little too dressy for Puerto Rico. This is something I would take if I were going somewhere dressier, a little bit dressier, like Japan or Europe, because I think this would be a great option for that. These are not ideal filming conditions. I do hope that this video turns out okay and it really has some useful information for you, because I was super excited about making it. So we'll see how it continues to go. On to our next jacket, which is going to be, let's see, which one do I want to do next? We're going to do the next long jacket that we have, and I still have the tags on it. I guess I need to get those off of it. This is a Loman jacket, and this is from Amazon as well. It's another longer jacket. Not quite as long as the bay leaf jacket was, but the hood here on this one does not roll up into its own pocket. Does it come off? No. So this hood does not roll up into its own pocket. So the hood is going to hang down. You won't have a place to put that. So that's one difference. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put this on and we will get under the shower. The seams, I will say right now, the seams are not taped. So you can see that the seams just go down. They're just straight out regular seams. So let's just say I'm thinking this might not be quite as functional as the last jacket was. Let's get under the shower and see, shall we? The Loman jacket, I can already tell the zipper, I could feel the water coming in through the zipper. If you're out in a soaking rain for like an hour, this would definitely not be the jacket you wanted to be wearing. You are definitely going to get wet. The weak spot on this one is the zipper. I am like wet all the way down from my chest down through my belly, where when I stood with the water coming straight onto the zipper, it soaked through the zipper because the zipper is not taped. The seams, it didn't really come through the seams, but I can feel the jacket is sticking to my skin, where the now that the water has been sitting on the jacket is kind of sticking to my skin now. This is probably more of an option to have as just a nice lightweight jacket if you're going out in a mist or a very light rain that you just need to get from a place like from a store or restaurant to a car. This might be a good option, but I would not take this to wear somewhere that you might be getting caught in typhoon style rains. Like if you're going to Southeast Asia in the summertime, I would not choose this as your rain jacket to take because you're probably not going to stay dry. Let's move on to raincoat number 3. If you've been around for a while, you have seen this jacket before. This is the rain jacket that I've taken on many of my trips. This is the jacket that I took to Japan and Korea where we got stuck in some torrential downpours and I was wearing this jacket. This is a great packable jacket. However, it wasn't the best rain jacket, which is one of the reasons why I'm doing this test today. As you can see, they do not have taped seams. It's just a regular seam. It does have a hood that tucks up into its own little pocket there, and you can adjust the hood so that it fits on your head nicely. It also has the adjustment on the bottom so that you can make it tighter around your hips to keep the wind and the rain from coming up. They do not advertise this as a waterproof jacket, so don't blame Columbia for the fact that it might not be waterproof. It is marketed as more of a lightweight weather jacket, I guess is the best way to say it. So we are going to test my Columbia jacket out under the shower and see how it holds up. I probably should have brought a towel out here because I wasn't thinking about the bottom half of me getting so wet when I was doing these tests. I don't feel like I got wet, but I feel a little damp. So take that for what it is. We'll take the jacket off and see what it looks like on the inside. It's kind of hard to tell because, I got wet from my hips down because I don't have anything other than my bathing suit bottoms on the bottom. So the jacket definitely doesn't protect you. So that's something to think about. That first bay leaf jacket comes down, I think, to your lower thighs or your knees. So it's going to protect you more so all over than a shorter jacket like this jacket or like a couple of the other ones that I'm going to show you today too. We're going to get this off and then I'll show you what it looks like on the inside. It feels a little bit like my back got wet, but it's kind of hard to tell. My hair's not really feeling wet. It just feels damp. Like it came through, like it kind of seeped through a little bit on the material. Yeah, I would say it's a little damp here. Like the material is not waterproof. It is not going to hold up to not letting the rain in. So far, I would say the Columbia is the least water resistant of the 3 that I have tried out so far. So I have been, unfortunately, using a rain jacket that's not a fantastic rain jacket. Always good to learn something new when I'm doing my own videos, right? Okay, moving on to jacket number 4. Okay, so I knocked my microphone on the ground at some point. I'm not sure exactly at what point, but I think it was before we got to jacket number 4. So we're going to move on to jacket number 4, which is a 33,000 feet jacket that I've shown before. It's supposed to be waterproof, if I remember correctly. It is a jacket where the sleeves zip off and it has kind of a back storage pocket. It's a great jacket for more athletic endeavors, and it's probably the most casual jacket I'm showing and the heaviest jacket that I am showing. I wouldn't necessarily wear it in the summertime. It's going to be hot to put on here today. It's like 82, 83 degrees, and that's going to be a hot jacket to wear. So light winter, like I would say it's appropriate for 40 degree weather up to maybe 60 degree weather, and then it's probably going to feel a little too heavy. But let's get it on and see how it does. I did say that I'm pretty sure they said that this was a waterproof jacket, but you'll notice that the seams are not taped. However, they are double stitched there. So maybe that is what is going to be helpful to keeping the water out. Like, the material is very thick. I'm just not sure about this jacket. I do love that it has the hand, where the hand cover thing with the thumb hole that comes out of the jacket. Perfect for those cooler temperatures. It does not have a hood, which could be a downside for some of you, or it could be an upside for some of you. Having the zip off sleeves does make it a little more functional. It gives you another piece of clothing that you can wear multiple different ways. Let's get under the shower and see how this does. I am pleasantly surprised it did not come through the zippers here on the shoulders where it zips off, and it didn't come through the zipper here. A little bit did go down here where I lifted my neck up and the water went down, but along the zipper line here, the water did not come through, and it doesn't feel damp on my back like the Columbia jacket did. Here, let me take it off and I'll show you the inside. Yes. I don't know if you can see, but it did not the water did not seep through the material. It stayed on the outside of the material. So that held up really, really well. I'm pleasantly surprised. The one area that I will say that it looks like it's seeping through is here where the pocket is on the back. So that is a weak spot because I did have it zipped up. You'll see I have it zipped up, and it looks like the water does come through where the zipper is back there. So that's not so great. Moving on to jacket number 5. This is a Lands' End jacket, because we got to do Lands' End. I mean, they are known for their weather gear, just like Columbia is. This is supposed to be a waterproof jacket. It does have the hood. However, the hood does not have its own pocket that it can roll up into, so you do have to have the hood out at all times. It has like a mesh lining on the inside in addition to the rest of the lining. It does have the waist that you can tighten as well. It not only has a zipper, but it also has the snaps so you can snap it to make it even more waterproof. Let's get this under the shower and see how it does. You don't have the ability to tighten your wrist. It's just an elastic, so that's kind of a not so great aspect of this jacket. I do like the jackets that have the Velcro that you can tighten it to your own wrist, because, you know, we all have wrists that are different sizes. Plus the lining kind of comes out when you put the jacket on. That's a little unwieldy to have to deal with. Like right now, I can't get the lining back under the wrist. I don't like that. Well, it does not feel like the water came through, so that is good. I don't particularly love the having to snap the jacket up. Like, that's kind of a pain in the butt extra step, and it's a little challenging now to even get it off. I'd much rather just have a zipper. I did, when I lifted my hand up to hold my neck closed, water went straight down into the sleeve, so my arm did get wet because of that, because I can't tighten the sleeves up. They do have a way to tighten the hood around your head, but it's all internal and it's not super intuitive or easy to use. So far, I'm not really loving the Lands' End jacket. Let's put this on so I can get out of the rest of it. It is a little heavier. It's not as heavy as the 33,000 foot jacket, but it is heavier than the rest of the ones that I have had on. The inside of that one arm is totally wet, like I said, from the rain coming in the inside. The rest of the jacket looks dry. It's hard to tell because of the lining whether the seams are taped or not. I can't really see through the lining, so I'm not really sure about that. But it did not get wet on the inside other than the lifting my arm up and the water coming down through the wrist. Moving on to our last rain jacket, and this is another one. Oh yeah, this is the other 33,000 feet rain jacket. This is an absolute waterproof jacket. You can see it absolutely has taped seams. It's very lightweight, so much more lightweight than the last 33,000 foot jacket. It does have a hood that rolls up into its own pocket, which is very nice. It is a thin material, so it's not going to be heavy, and it does have the hip adjuster so you can adjust around your hips to make it tighter. Very similar to the Columbia jacket, except it does not have the adjustable wrist. It's just the elastic around the wrist, which we already know is problematic. So let's get this on and test it under the shower. Okay, it's so hard to tell if I'm getting wet or not because my legs are getting so wet. It feels like I'm getting drenched. But inside the jacket, I don't think I got wet. Let's get this off and see how it looks on the inside. It didn't feel like it was coming through, but like the Columbia jacket, it almost feels a little damp inside. And I wonder if that's more the humidity because it's against bare skin, not against clothing. That might make a difference, but let's get in here and see. It is not wet on the inside. Well, let's see here. You can see like where the raindrops were, or not the raindrops, where the shower was hitting against the back of the jacket, which is kind of interesting. Like it left indents in the material on the jacket. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. It's kind of crazy, but it did not come through. The seams are all nice and watertight. If you were wearing clothing underneath, like my skin is dry. I think it just feels a little damp because I'm a little sweaty because it's warm out here. And so that is all 6 of the jackets underneath the shower. I am now going to move this over to Future Christy, who is going to break down each jacket individually and give you a quick rundown of the pros and cons and which one of these I think is the ultimate winner for today. So let's go over to Future Christy. Hello, Future Christy here, and I'm ready to go quickly through the pros and cons of each of these jackets. And while I'm doing the pros and cons, I'm also going to pop up here what the price is currently for each rain jacket and how many different color options that it comes in. I am going to use my notes, so pardon my glasses here. Our first jacket is the bay leaf jacket, and the pros for the bay leaf jacket was that it was completely waterproof with those tape seams. It had a hood that would roll up. It had the Velcro on the wrist so you could keep the water from going into your sleeves, and it had that longer length so it covered your legs. The cons on the bay leaf jacket weren't very many. It is a little dressier, so maybe not great for your more sporty adventures. And the second one was that it's not really breathable. Like many true waterproof jackets, the breathability of them is pretty minimal. So those were the 2 cons on the bay leaf jacket. Moving on to the second jacket, which is the Lowman jacket. The pros with the Lowman jacket is that because it is a longer jacket, it does cover the bottom half of your body, and it does come in a lot of different color options. But there are a lot of cons with this jacket. You can't put the hood away, the seams aren't taped, you can't tighten the wrist up, and the biggest con of the Lowman jacket was that the water seeped right in through that front zipper. So that really isn't what you want in a waterproof jacket. Moving on to jacket number 3, which is the Columbia jacket, the one that I've been wearing for years. And the pros for the Columbia jacket is that it does have that adjustable hood that has a little bit of a visor, and you can roll it up and put it away. It also has an adjustable hip area and adjustable wrist. The cons for the Columbia jacket are that the jacket is kind of short, so your lower half is probably going to get pretty wet in a heavy downpour, and the water kind of seeps through the material. Now, I have had this jacket for a while, so it could be the age of the jacket is why the water seeps through, but that is something to consider, especially for the price point on the Columbia jacket. Next up, we have the 33,000 foot convertible jacket. This is the one where you can zip off the sleeves and make it a vest, and that is one of the first pros, is that it is convertible. It also has those hand covers with the thumb holes, so it does keep the water from dripping down into your sleeves, and it has that extra back pocket. The cons on this jacket are that the material is really thick and it's a pretty hot feeling jacket, so it's not something that you would be able to wear year round. I would definitely save it for more fall or winter occasions, and that the water seeps through that zipper on the pocket on the back of the jacket. Otherwise, it was pretty watertight. Moving on to the most expensive rain jacket in the bunch, and that is the Lands' End jacket. The pros on the Lands' End jacket, you know, it comes in some really pretty colors, and it is available in a variety of sizes from regular, petites, talls, and plus sizes. It does have that longer length, so it covers your lower part of the body, and you can adjust the waist area. However, the cons are pretty significant. It is a very expensive jacket at $150. You can't adjust the hood and you can't adjust the wrists, and the lining kind of comes out of the armholes when you're putting it on, and it's hard to get it adjusted correctly. Also, I found the snaps were really annoying. I just wanted to have a zipper and not have to deal with snapping the jacket up. And the hood tightening to, you know, get the hood tight around your face is not very intuitive. And it's another heavier weight jacket, so not something that would really be super comfortable in the hotter summer months. And the last jacket of the group is the 30,000 foot rain jacket. And the pros on this jacket are that it is very lightweight. You can roll up the hood and put it away. It has those taped seams and an adjustable hip area. It is very, very watertight. The cons are that you can't adjust the wrist, the elastic around the wrist, and it is a shorter style jacket, so your lower half of your body isn't covered. After all of that information and all of the testing that I did, the Bayleaf jacket is absolutely my overall winner, with the 33,000 foot regular rain jacket coming in as a very close second. I think that the Bayleaf jacket is perfect for your urban adventures, and if you're going to be doing more sporty outdoor adventures, that 33,000 foot jacket would be fantastic. In fact, for way less than the cost of the Lands' End rain jacket, you could get both the Bayleaf jacket and the 33,000 foot jacket and have all of your possible travel adventures covered. Let me know in the comments below, did you have a favorite out of these 6 rain jackets? Or perhaps do you have a fantastic rain jacket that I didn't cover in this comparison review video that you think would be a great option for the community? Please share in the comments below. Also, let me know if you have any travel products or gear or clothing or accessories that you'd like me to do more of these comparison review videos on. Let me know that in the comments too. Thank you so much for choosing to watch this video today. I hope that you have safe and wonderful travels.